Hi everyone, this video is an extension of the Rascal Chapter 4 Part 2 activity. So for the Explore portion where you're using Google Earth, if you are not able for some reason to get online or you have technical difficulties or internet connections, you can play this video. I will explore with you so that you could see the exploration activity through my screen if you're not able to explore with your own. So we're going to go to Google Earth and we are going to launch Google Earth and look at that Sterling North wrote about in his memoir, particularly Chapter 4, Part 2, way back when in 1918. And we're going to look at it in present day to take a look at the landscape in order to connect it to the novel. Okay, so we're going to go in to make sure Photos is on, and then I'm going to search first Lake Superior. So it's the largest of the Great Lakes in North America. It's also the world's largest freshwater lake. Let's take a look. So here are some photos. These icons represent the photos related to Lake Superior. If we scroll out, this area of Lake Superior is where it is actually connected to Wisconsin. But just to take a look at the actual lake, we could look at various views of it. These two look like they are views from Wisconsin, so I'm going to try this one. So it is a 1 of 1. Here is one image. And this is actually the mouth of the Brule River, which is another part that Sterling North wrote about. It was called Brule River, and it looks like it was renamed Boyce Brule River, but here is where Lake Superior connects to the Brule River. Another view in just make sure we've got Wisconsin here. Here's another view of the lake. Lake Superior. 20 pictures. And you can always pause this video at any time to take a look at the pictures in the photos with a closer look and observation. This is picture 3 out of 20. This is picture 4 out of 20. Once again, these are various views of Lake Superior from coasts along the Wisconsin boundary. Down at the bottom left, it shows you the credit for the photographer that posted this. Sterling North wrote about the agate rocks that were along the coast, along Lake Superior beaches. So here we see a beach-like area of Lake Superior. Let's go back. Let's search the next section. talked about the Chequamegon Bay. So, sorry, take it out, but you could see us get to Chequamegon Bay, Wisconsin, and Lake Superior. Okay, so if we look at this bay, there are several areas in which you could view photos. So let me make sure the part that's within Wisconsin, the whole thing is within Wisconsin. So here's a photo. It's an inlet of Lake Superior in Ashland and Bayfield County. So there are 4 pictures here of the bay. It's right in the middle, and there's several areas that you could look at the bay from these points. I'm trying to stay a little bit longer on the areas that show landscape so that you can connect to descriptions in the text. So versus like a visitor center or a modern structure, I was trying to pass through that. That's not really our focus. He did speak about in other parts of the chapter, like the cliffs, little caves. Okay, so let's go to the next one. After the bay, they talked about the Apostle Island. So let me zoom out so that you can see how to get there. Google Earth, Apostle Islands. Apostle Islands are a group of 22 islands in Lake Superior off the Bayfield Peninsula in North Wisconsin. So do you see where we got there? This is the main Apostle Island. So let's take a look at these photos. So you can see the kind of, I believe it was granite rock. He talked about 2, agate, and he talked about the caves. So you can see how the landscape creates that. See, there's some breathtaking views of nature found that appears pretty untouched except for some man-made architectural structures, but we could see what Sterling North would have experienced as a young boy traveling through these parts with his dad. All the natural landscape is still intact. Okay, now let's take a look at the Brule River, Wisconsin. It's part of the mouth of it when we looked at Lake Superior. So the Brule River is located in Douglas County, Wisconsin, near the eastern border, and it does travel throughout various areas. So I'm going to try for us to take a look at the river as it goes through toward the bay and the Apostle Island and closer to Lake Superior. Let's see if we can get there following the trail of the river. It's the river here, so let's see if we can follow it. Winds like a snake through the landscape. There are a few pictures along the way. I'm trying to get as close to the mouth of Lake Superior, or along the areas where he spoke about in Chapter 4, Part 2. So here are a few pictures of the river toward the mouth in Wisconsin. So let's try this one. There's the Brule River, where he might have gone fishing. He did mention that. Now, one last bonus I want to show you, as mentioned in the novel, is they mentioned being in this area on location, Chapter 4, Part 2, and he did mention a part where his dad needed to go to court in Superior, Wisconsin. So if we take a look at where it is, there's Superior, Wisconsin. It was 20 miles from where they are. Let's take a look. He had to go to the courthouse in Superior, Wisconsin. So these are some photos of that city in Wisconsin. In particular, there is the courthouse that his dad would have. There it is. So there's a visual to what he was talking about in the novel. So it's a little bit of bonus for you. And here are just some other features of municipal buildings and commercial buildings in Superior, Wisconsin. I have an idea of the small town feel it has still in modern day. So imagine it back then when it was more rural and even less developed. Okay. So thank you for joining me on this journey here through Google Earth, connecting to the location that was mentioned in the novel Rascal, for Chapter 4, Part 2. Have a great day, everyone.